Hi guys, so today we are going to do a critical analysis of Mrunal Patel's previous year question book for UPSC Civil Services Prelims. In the last video, we did this analysis for Jagrati Avasthi's book, and today we are going to do this mixed sort of video where we are comparing Jagrati Avasthi's book with Mrunal Patel's book. So you'll get an idea about how Mrunal Patel's book is compared to Jagrati Avasthi's, and also uh, in its own right, how Munal Patel's book is relevant for your preparation. As always, the disclaimer before we begin: this analysis, this review is not intended to malign anyone. I do not have any grudge against the books. It is just a fair, honest opinion about what I have regarding these books. There are a lot of videos on YouTube which are uh, every book has got its own positives and negatives, so those videos I found to be more on the positive, highlighting the positives of the book. But I feel there are certain things which the students should know before making the purchase, so that their purchase is informed. So the negative, the critical review part, I'm going to take up in this video, just like I did in the previous video. Also, I do not intend to violate the copyright of the book owners. Every caution has been taken to show the least amount of content from the books to drive home the point. Only enough content is shown so that the point is driven home, and nothing else, right? So, why this video? As I told you, I feel there is lack of information, lack of complete information around these books. Whatever reviews are available on YouTube as of now, I found them to be, I wouldn't say biased, but they are like highlighting just one side of the equation, the positive side. So I'm taking the positive sides from them, like whatever they are saying, that's fine. The positives are shown in those videos, so I'm not purposely, this is why I'm not talking about the positives of these books in this video. Otherwise, it's just repetition of information, what those videos have said, probably something similar only, I would say. And these videos are going to get longer, so I have restricted myself to just the what I feel are the negative aspects, or what information the student should keep in mind while making the purchase, right? Then why you should listen to me, why you should consider my review: because I'm a professional researcher. I've been mentoring students. It's my job day in and day out. I deal with PYQs. I've got my own previous year questions product also, and I welcome other researchers to critically review my product also, just like I'm reviewing the other available PYQs products in the market. So I'm a professional researcher. I deal with PYQs for my living, and therefore I feel I've got enough experience around PYQs, around the solutions, around the objectives of PYQs, to share my 2 cents about what a PYQ source should be like. So this is why I feel you may consider listening to my advice, right? So in the last video, we did the analysis of Jagrati Avasthi's book. This video will focus on Mrunal Patel's book and also the comparison between the two books. Uh, the first thing that we begin with is what should be an ideal PYQ source be like. See, there can be two broad categories of PYQ sources, right? The first category can be like these physical books. Jagrati Avasthi's, Mrunal Patel's other books also might be there. So these books focus on segregating the questions subject wise, topic wise, but more than the segregation, their focus is on solution of the questions. So the segregation of PYQs should be there as minutely as possible. My PYQ source focuses on research, and therefore my source does not give detailed solutions. Only the answers A, B, C, and D are given in my source. But my main focus is on analysis of PYQs. The focus of these books or other PDFs you might be having around PYQs is generally not on analysis, it's on the solution of the PYQs, basic segregation and the solution, right? So that is the first requirement. The second requirement is that whatever solution, if your source is focused on solution, then the solution, the detailed solution, should be relevant to the exam. These things are mentioned in the older video also, so I'll just be very quick here. So the solution should not talk about things which are irrelevant for your preparation. Just for the sake of giving something in the answer, you are giving whatever it is, copy pasting things from Wikipedia, whatever sources. Whatever you give as solution should be relevant, should be of appropriate length, neither too short nor too long, should be appropriate, and wherever needed and possible, mentor comments should be given about the nature of the question, why it was asked, what other things can be asked, right? So let us start. Right? These are things which I use in my older videos, and I'm using the same content basically so that we can have a good comparison also. So if you have not watched my older video, the previous one, I would suggest you watch that video and then come to this one, because I'll be quicker in this video. I'm assuming that you would have watched my previous video, and I'll be quicker in this video. That video went pretty long, almost like 40-45 odd minutes. We'll try to finish this video quickly. So the first question is from history. This is about the question on stupas, which was asked in 2023. And the point we mentioned in Jagrati Avasthi's book is that the explanation was not very appropriate. So the appropriateness aspect, right, relevance and appropriateness, which we discussed, that was missing here. But that is even more the case in Mrunal Patel's solution, right? So these uh, s- uh, snippets which I have, these are from Mrunal Patel's book, and the ones on the left are from Jagrati Avasthi's book. So you can see that Mrunal Patel's book carries only this one statement about this whole question, which talks about three statements, right? So the this like solution is pretty much like non-existent in my opinion. More should have been given. In fact, I feel Vision IAS is doing a better job in terms of at least talking about all the statements in the free PDF, which Vision IAS gives the detailed solution. It talks about all the statements, right? I'm not saying whatever it says or whatever things it focuses on are always the correct things. In many places, I personally feel Vision IAS also focuses too much on the factual aspect, which is not required for this exam. But at least it is better than these books, in my opinion, because it talks about all the statements individually, right? It doesn't do a half-hearted job like this particular source, this book. All right, so the next question was about this Vatta Kirutal, and I said that this question was not copied properly from the question paper. The question paper does not have this bracket. You can, the Mrunal Patel's question does not have brackets. So in terms of copying the question, this is fine, but the solution is pretty similar in both. I am not very satisfied with any of these solutions. The one thing which I like is they have given different names. So Vatta Kirutal, Vada Kirutal, or whatever these different names may be given in the exam next time. So there's a possibility of repetition, just like that Mahasangika sect question was repeated. So this is fine. This is relevant. But then the kind of information given here, this is non-relevant for exam, right? Tamil kings, in order to save their honor, prestige, were prepared to meet their death facing north. Facing north, how does it matter? Facing north, and never would they turn their back. This is all just information pasted, copy pasted from Wikipedia. Same thing is in this Jagrati Avasthi's book, right? Prepare to meet their death facing north, and never would they turn their back in battle. This is nonsense information. In my opinion, they should have talked more about Vattakirutal. I mean, they've given the meaning, they've given it is from Sangam poems. In fact, this was mentioned in the question also. They should have given some more concrete information. Maybe the category of poems which talk about Vattakirutal, or some prominent poem, name of poems which talk about Vattakirutal, or some popular king, famous king, or some dynasty whose kings have done this practice, have done Vattakirutal. So these kind of things are relevant more for exam, rather than just these very generic kind of information. Just for the sake of giving something, it seems that this information is given. All right. The next question, I told in Jagrati Avasthi's book, they had made again the second time the mistake from copying the question itself from the paper. Nyay, Chandra, Suri, three different words are there, but actually Nyay and Chandra was one word only. So the Manal's book has done this correct. They've given Nyay Chandra as one word, but then the Manal Patel's book has given this mistake, like Agarjuna. It has given Agarjuna, but it's actually Nagarjuna, right? So these kind of typos can happen, right? So you just have to be a little bit careful. Don't take these names which are given in the book, if they are not making sense, maybe you should just try to look them up what they actually mean. Agarjuna is not something we've heard in history. Nagarjuna certainly we have heard, right? So slightly just be careful. There can be mistakes in these names, like these are proper nouns, so some mistakes can happen. But bigger mistake in my opinion, and which I overlooked in the last video, is look at the options. The options are mentioned as this: only one, only two in your question paper, the framing of the option, right? But look at what Jagrati Avasthi's book is doing: only one, only two. So it is equating this 1 2 3 numeral 1 2 3 with the words 1 2 3, and this is incorrect because numeral 1 2 3 are mentioned here, right? So only one, somebody might feel only one means only this Dev Chandra Gupta Bilhana thing, only two means only this second, only three means only the third, right? This is actually not true. uh, there's a difference between this framing, a big difference between this framing and what Jagrati Avasthi's book has done, right? So it's not a minor mistake. The printers actually should take care of this. The quality check team should take care of this. Then you had this question: souls are not the property of animal, right? Again, all of these, the questions which I have taken are from 2023 only, because the maximum effort is going to put by these books in 2023 questions. Older questions I have not referred much. Wherever relevant only I have referred, otherwise I've stuck to 2023, right? So you can the problem which we saw in this question's solution in Jagrati Avasthi's book was the relevance. Like, they did not really talk about the core beliefs they should have given the core beliefs of all of these religions, actually, not just Jainism. The solution of Mrunal Patel's book is better. Certainly, it is better because if you read compared to Jagrati Avasthi, this is better, more relevant. But again, I feel Mrunal Patel's book is lacking in terms of information about other religions, because the question is talking about the core beliefs. This is something very important, right? The core belief of Jainism was asked in this question, but other religions, and again, Buddhism spelling, see, Buddhism, right? Printing error. So uh, the core beliefs of other religions also become important. At least in one statement, two statements, these core beliefs should be given, because these are repeatable in exam, which is missing in both these books. Okay, so basically it's just like 19-20 का ही फर्क है, कोई बहुत ज्यादा, आई मीन 18-20 बोलो, ज्यादा करो. No, it's not a very massive difference between these two books, and these are amongst the most popular books, I think, in the market today, right? If there is something else, you let me know, I'll review that as well. Next is this Desher Katha question. This was not from 2023, it was from 2020, right? Desher Katha question. And we looked at the solution. The Jagrati Avasthi solution was not inspiring, right? If we look at Munal Patel's question, solution, the solution is better. Like, it's very similar, actually. I would not say it's better, it's very similar to what Jagrati Avasthi's book says. So I think both of these have just copy pasted from the same source, could be probably Wikipedia. But the relevance is missing, right? If you see, uh, look at this part. This is not available in routine preparation book. This is what I like, right? This is the mentor comments part which is there. So this kind of information should be given. This is missing in Jagrati Avasthi's solution, right? So this certainly gives a positive point to Manal Patel's book. These kind of insights should be given about wherever it is possible, in whatever question it is possible. But upon searching the internet, this Katha book was largely based on the ideas of Nauroji and Digby. Who is Digby? Right? It almost feels like it's a name, like they are using some nickname of some person, right? Digby. Who is Digby? They should have told that this is the person who achieved this, or maybe relevant in this context. Something should have been mentioned. They've just mentioned, like, this is copy. This is copy pasting work, right? That is the problem with copied work, because the relevance part gets missing. You can't copy paste relevance. It presented vices of the British rule, the mean of the peasant. Now, what do you mean by the mean of the peasant? And again, see Jagrati Awasthi's book, the mean of the peasants, right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't, like, no meaning here actually. The ruin of Indian industry and British empires, hypnotic quest. The question talked about conquest. The question was about conquest, and they are saying hypnotic quest over mind. Hypnotic quest over mind, right? Conquest of the mind actually should have been written. So I think the same copy pasting. Either the books have copied from one another, or they've copied from the same source. Some issue is there surely. Okay. The solution is not very I mean clear in my opinion, but they've just given one is correct. Okay. Then Devskar in his book opposed partition of Bengal, but overall theme is not confined to what? To Bengal, right? What is given in Jagrati Avasthi's book? But is not confined. They're not to Bengal, again is missing, right? So again, you can see something is going on here, right? Answer should be A. So not a very uh, appropriate answer, relevant answer. I feel it's missing. Then let us see what are the questions. So this question of 2023 was there, right? Geography question. Uh, Here the answer in Manal's book. See, overall both the books seem to be having the same answer, like Bravo. Jagrati Avasthi also says, and Mrunal Patel also says Bravo. But then it says the correct answer is C, all three. But they've given Bravo. Bravo actually is only two. C is all three. So there's a, like, is the answer Bravo, two statements, or is the answer Charlie, three statements? Right? That's a trouble. That's an issue. Then Wooler Lake will not be a problem. It's given in NCRT also, but the problem will happen in Koleru Lake. Krishna River directly feeds Koleru Lake. Look at Jagrati Avasthis. Koleru Lake is fed directly by the water from the seasonal streams. These are not important, but it's not actually Krishna. Statement 2 is incorrect. And this Patel's book is saying statement 2 is correct. Krishna River directly feeds Koleru Lake. I personally feel the second statement is incorrect because there was a PYQ also in this context. And if I remember correctly, that PYQ said that Krishna River feeds Koleru Lake was an incorrect statement, right? If I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure about this at the moment. So see, I mean, my point is, like, the relevance, the that heft जो होना चाहिए ना यार, वो मजा नहीं है इन किताबों में ना. And not just these two books, yeah, the industry is like that. Like, more effort needs to be put by the industry in previous year questions. They should take previous year questions more seriously. It is just some copy pasting work and something they've given and made the book and selling in the market. आई मीन आई पर्सनली, मुझे नहीं लगता वो जायज बात है. मियांडरिंग ऑफ गंडक रिवर नहीं है, बूढ़ी गंडक है. देखो यहाँ पे बूढ़ी गंडक इन्होंने दिया भी हुआ है जागृति अवस्थी ने. तो दिस पार्ट इज फाइन, बट द टॉप पार्ट इज irrelevant, right? So difference is there. See, I'm comparing these two books so that you can make up your mind कि भाई कौन सी किताब, what do you feel and what things you should look at when you read the solution. Go for these things. The objective of the solution is to guide you into your preparation, how you should go ahead, what kind of things you should study, what kind of things are unimportant. But in these books, it seems that they are just focused on somehow reaching the answer by any means, right? It's not in terms of guiding a student for better preparation or more efficient preparation, but just giving something in the answer so that the question is justified, the answer is justified. Whether it's relevant, irrelevant, that is not being taken care of. The next question was jackfruit question. Let us see what Mrunal Patel's book is saying. So answer is Bravo, that's all right. Jackfruit is evergreen tree, that's okay. Mahua tree, cardboard deciduous, that's okay. But the problem is they've given source NCRT class 11th. This book does talk about mahua and teak being deciduous, but it does not say that jackfruit is an evergreen tree, right? So this is kind of just partial reference they've given. If somebody tries to look up jackfruit in class 11th book, they will not get it. In fact, from 6th to 12th, I've researched all the books. From 6th to 12th, jackfruit is an evergreen tree. It is not mentioned in any NCRT. It's just, there's just, I think, one reference, and I've given it in my channel, that snippet I've given from the NCRT, that jackfruit is a seasonal fruit. It is saying, it did not comment about the nature of the tree. Jackfruit is seasonal. That is what that snippet had said. Okay. Let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. We don't want this review to be too long. Next is this run of Kutch question was there, right? So it said, which of the following is the best example of continuous fall in sea level? I think that was the question, if I'm not wrong. Uh, Answer is Delta, Run of Kutch. Okay. The best example of repeated falls in sea level, extensive marshland, that's okay. But Run of Kutch is a large salt marsh located in Thar Desert, western part. This everybody knows, right? What is the relevance? Why is this very generic information given in a paid product? If I'm paying for something, I should get some more relevant content, or at least my life should get easier in terms of I should be getting the facts which are important for exam, which may be asked in exam tomorrow, just listed in the book, right? That will save my effort of going through various sources and collecting those facts. But here just some generic information is given and the answer is justified. Next is a question on ilmenite and rutile. This again is of 2023 only. It said it is these are rich sources of which one of the following, right? I had told in the previous video, I think I had told that the answer will not be A, B, and C, because the question is talking about rich sources, and these are very famous and important minerals. And if some or some source is a rich source of these famous minerals, we would have heard about it. Even the NCRTs would have talked about it, right? So whatever is not famous, titanium amongst these four is not famous. So it may be these minerals, ilmenite and rutile, may be a rich source of titanium. In my opinion, this is the best way to think about this question, because otherwise preparation becomes very fact heavy, very random. You'll run after all elements, all minerals, very difficult to control. So that is what I feel the best answer in this question is Delta. This Mrunal Patel's book is saying Bravo is the answer. So Bravo is what? Copper. And Bravo is copper, right, in the question. And they have not mentioned anything why copper is there, right? Ilmenite, zircon, and silmanite are found in Kollam district, but tungsten is not found in beach and tungsten. Tungsten to mentioned ही नहीं है. Something big problem, right? This is completely irrelevant. We've just gone off the track totally, right? Next, again, this question of an older year 2018 question, right? 2018, this question I took from my uh, one of my PYQ channel. So this is the stress on my PYQ channel. You can see I told you, like, my stress is on analysis, and what you see in these green hashtags, these are tags. You click on any tag, you will reach all the questions which carry these tags, right? So if you click on, for example, this tag, latitude and longitude, you'll get all the questions around this topic which have been asked since 1979. So the focus is on analysis, on looking at the questions and not on their detailed solution. I've just given the answer here. If you click on this is the hidden answer. If you click on it, the answer will reveal A, B, C, or D. So this was a question asked in 2018, the longitude closest to that of Delhi. I told you the problem with this approach, like, you can't remember longitudes of important locations. So many locations are there. Today longitude has been asked, tomorrow latitude may be asked, right? So what are you going to do? Like, it's impossible to prepare like this. Mrunal Patel's book also focuses on this approach only. I'm not of the favor. In my previous video, I have given how to think about this question, right? How the answer uh, should be Bengaluru only. So you may watch my previous video for the answer. Next is this 2023 question. It talked about this cobalt, yes, right? About three-fourths, 75%. This is a big figure, right? About 75% of world's cobalt is produced by which country? So they, Jagrati Awasthi's book Problems I mentioned in the last video, labor, some children, child labor, something was mentioned here. Uh, Let us see what Mrunal Patel's book says. Charlie, so the answer is okay, fine. Correct answer is this DRC. DRC is world's largest producer. That's okay. That what the question also says. No, this is irrelevant information used in the manufacture of this. Till here, the question itself is saying used in the manufacture of electric motor vehicles. Why are they repeating this statement? In 2020, it produced itna metric ton, completely irrelevant, not required for the exam. But 70%. अरे यार ये कोई solution हुआ क्या? See, this is completely irrelevant solution. They should have talked about just like we know about rare earths, right? China is the largest, like dominant producer of rare earths. 95% of rare earths is dominated by China in terms of production. So similarly, for cobalt, they have asked, they'll not ask about rare earths because everybody knows about rare earths. They'll ask about something else important, but something else. So they asked about cobalt and they explained also why it is important. So the answer has to be a famous country, right? It will not be Kazakhstan because Kazakhstan is I told you, it's a Central Asian country and we have a member of SCO. We are also a member of SCO. Kazakhstan generally we hear in the context of uranium, right? Maybe oil and gas reserves also, but never in the context of cobalt, and that also 75% of world's production. Never, we have not heard, right? So Kazakhstan will not be the answer. Similarly, Argentina, Botswana will not be the answer. The answer has to be some famous country only, some famous mining country, right? So whatever is left, Congo is left. We know Congo is famous for mining, and Congo has cobalt, like it's in that region, like African Rift Valley, that plateau region. So this has to be the answer. That's in my opinion the best way to think about it, because it does not require knowledge of what is produced by these other countries, right? So you should stick to what you know. You should not don't need to go for 140,000 metric tons or whatever. These are irrelevant points. In this question, they should have said, okay, in the solution, Kazakhstan is important for what, Argentina is important for what, Botswana is important for what, right? Uh, that they may have thought about, or maybe they could have talked about other upcoming important mineral like lithium is and a mineral that is in news, right? Cobalt, they have copper, maybe whatever we are import dependent on, that those minerals list could be given, the top producers could be given, like maybe top 2 3 minerals, right? So just ease the life of student, give relevant information. I don't think these solutions given in any of these books are relevant. Next is this Congo basin. Which country is in Congo basin, right? Congo, very famous river of Africa, and these countries. I think this solution also, the solution of this question also I discussed in my last video. So Jagrati Awasthi's book just gave all the countries which are a part of Congo Basin. So very factual, very memory heavy approach. And Manal Patel's book is saying correct answer is Cameroon. Okay, Congo Basin is a large drainage basin in Central Africa. Chalo, ठीक है दे दिया, but it's pretty general. Everybody already knows it. 3.7 million square kilometers not needed. Not needed. This adds unnecessary stress to a student's life. Okay, whoever is not aware of PYQs, has not practiced PYQs, will start mugging up these figures. These are never asked in exam. Second largest drainage basin in the world. This is important. After Amazon, this is very good, right? So this part certainly, this is good. This kind of information should be given about these questions. Congo Basin is home to Congo River, actually the second longest river in Africa. In Africa, second longest river in Africa after Nile. World is important, which is the longest, second longest in Africa, Asia. Asia may be still important because of India's location, but in Africa, chalo de diya, theek hai. Congo Basin is also home to a large rainforest, second largest rainforest in the world after Amazon. This is good. Second largest rainforest after Amazon. They will not ask about the largest rainforest because everybody knows Amazon is the largest. They'll ask about second largest. So this uh, solution is like half relevant, half irrelevant kind of thing. So they can just slightly remove the 3.7 million part, etc. These irrelevant things and the generic things, then it becomes a good solution. Right? This kind of solution actually should be given for all the questions. And I think this is the last question for today. ये बहुत सारे हैं यार. चलो, I think I've driven home my point that the solutions are, they leave a lot to be desired. Let's just wind up with this question. So the OMT question we did, 129 meters in southwestern Indian Ocean during January to March, right? OMT is measured like this. Jagrati Awasthi's book focused on 59 meters. It is 59 meters and not 129 meters. Same is the problem with Mrunal Patel's book, 59 meters and not 129 meters, right? So ये थोड़ी पढ़ने का होता है यार. These are deep facts. This statement is wrong because only an oceanographer probably is going to know. A specialist, some specialist only is going to know about this 59, 69, 129, right? Not us generalist civil service aspirants. So it's a specialist fact, and specialist facts will be wrong because if they are given as correct in the exam, they will disturb the level playing field, right? I've given a video about this also. The video's name is Deep Fact Technique. It's one of the elimination techniques which I teach. It's a dedicated video you can watch on my YouTube channel. uh, from that, you should use that approach in this question, right? It's a specialist information. Otherwise, what all things are you going then? You will be memorizing these kind of things like longitude of Pune and Nagpur and Hyderabad, right? That question. Same approach they have taken in this question also, which in my humble opinion is not right. Right. So guys, I'm not going through all of the other questions also which I've collected here. I think enough evidence is there to arrive at a conclusion. And the conclusion is that at least these two famous books in the market are, in my opinion, not doing the best job possible about giving solutions. A lot more is expected from these books because solutions, relevant solutions, appropriate solutions are a, a key utility, are a key value in these books. These books are not unlike my product. My product, for example, is focused on analysis. It's not focused on solutions. So I don't give solutions to the questions. I focus on analysis, the questions part only. But these products, which are focused on solutions, should give better solutions. Uh, I've given enough clarity about what kind of things should be mentioned in the solution. So I'll not repeat all of those. But regarding purchase decision, let's just talk about what we can expect in terms of whether we should buy these books or not. See, it's if you don't have any PYQ source, any PYQ book, and if you want a book which is like, if solutions are more important to you than just the questions, then these books are okay because there's nothing else available in the market, nothing better. I think all the sources, all the books would be doing something similar only. If there is any book you feel is better, giving good solutions, let me know. I'll buy that. I'll look it up and I'll see. I can make a video also on it. But in my opinion, this is the average market performance, industry performance, and don't expect a lot from these books, but just that they are giving the questions collected in one place, segregated also chapter wise, topic wise, and the solutions are like just jugaad type, like okayish solution. Don't have very high hopes from the solutions, but my word of caution would be, do not go for very factual things. Sometimes very factual things also are mentioned in the solutions, like I have said, shown in these videos, today's video and the previous one. Don't go for these very factual information. They are not important, not relevant for prelims. You have to stick to what is practical, what is doable. Focus on NCRT 6 to 12. Focus on the PYQs, the information given in the PYQs, and just curiosity based things from the NCRTs and PYQs, right? If your focus is on questions, analysis of questions, then uh, I feel great pride in telling that my product would be one of the best in the industry today. I welcome all reviewers to see my product, review my product, make videos about it. The objective of these videos should be to tell the content creator how to improve, right? It's not about fact finding or nitpicking और बाल की खाल उतारना, वो पर मलाइनिंग वो नहीं है, बट किसी को हेल्प हो जाए कि भाई अगली बार सुधारो, ताकि स्टूडेंट कम्युनिटी को, द पीपल हु आर यूजिंग द बेनिफिशियरीज ऑफ योर प्रोडक्ट, दे एक्चुअली गेट सम वैल्यू आउट ऑफ द मनी दे आर स्पेंडिंग, राइट? सो अगर कोई भी सोर्स नहीं है और अगर सोल्यूशन पे स्ट्रेस है तो इन बुक्स को आप ले सकते हो, बट बिफोर बाइंग फिजिकली जाओ बुक स्टोर पे, कंपेयर करो, जस्ट लुक एट इन द डिफरेंट फीचर्स ऑफ दीज बुक्स, रीड द क्वेश्चन देयर, the layout of the book could be different, the focus in the answers could be different, right? So depending on your choice, your preferences, then only you make a purchase decision. Secondly, a Vision IAS produces these PDFs, right, after every prelims. These are free only. These are detailed analysis PDF. They give solutions also. I'm not saying their solution is the best, but at least, as I told initially, they are talking about every statement which not be possible in these books, right? So those PDFs are available for free on Vision website. Those you can download, and they are searchable also, right? Any keyword, anything, any question you want to see, just type in the PDF, you will get to the answer directly. That's another advantage. So those kind of books also you can refer, but again, be very careful. Those books also have this tendency to be extra fact heavy, and talking about things which are not important for exam. So you have to have experience of PYQs. You have to focus on your good sense about what is relevant and practical for your preparation to get the best result out of these different PYQ sources. So that will be all in today's video. I don't know how long it became, but let me know how you feel about these reviews. I tried my best to be as unbiased and as detailed as possible. uh, Let me know how this video was, or if any other suggestion is there regarding some topic which you want me to take up in the next video. Thank you so much. Good luck. God bless. Bye bye.